One of rugby's strengths has been it's a sport for all shapes and sizes. No matter what you look like, how fast, slow, tall, thin, big you are, there's a place for you in the rugby team. And that also then includes in you as a person as well, I believe. To me, it's hugely important, part of that value of the sport. Inclusivity and diversity, it means a lot to me, obviously, and I think it's a hugely important part of not just of society today in everyday life, but also in sport as well. And that's what I believe rugby as a sport, with its important value and ethos of respect, plays a huge part, I think, in diversity and inclusivity, not just within the sport, but also leads the way in breaking down barriers in society as well, I believe. You know, it is a continuing fight really and a challenge every day, because sadly there is a minority of people who may not like people for whatever various different reasons. He was down injured, and I just noticed when I went to check he was okay. I just noticed he was wearing the rainbow laces, and I said, "Oh, I like your laces," and he said to me, "It's very important to me, Nigel, that I show my support." And that's what it is. It's not sort of, you know, it's just showing their support, because it means a lot to. It meant a lot to me, and it means to a lot of people who are struggling, or who are scared of being found out of who they are. You know, when I came out back in 2005, I think it was, you know, so I had messages from all over the world, from fellow referees, supporters, coaches, players, you know, text messages, social media messages, showing their support, and that meant a lot. And you know, some of those players didn't say it in public that they supported me, but they sent me a message, and that was enough. And that's, you know, and that's what meant a lot. I wouldn't have been able to get through those difficult times if it wasn't for the sport of rugby as a sport, but more importantly, the people within the sport. And that's why, you know, I owe more to rugby and the wonderful people within rugby than rugby and they will ever owe to me. You know, if I was looking back now and after all those struggles, what do I tell my younger self would be, don't become a referee. No, I've enjoyed every single minute of it. You're talking now about a different time, you know, to 25 years ago. Things are very different now. Society is different now. Acceptance is very different now to what it was back then. And that's through education, through people sharing their difficulties, raising the awareness around it. And I think my biggest message to anybody is, look, don't be afraid to be yourself. Look, if anybody's struggling out there, don't be afraid to ask for help. There is help out there. People will support you. The rugby community will support you. And that was, you know, one lesson that I definitely learnt all those years ago.